I woke up to this amazing day of spring in the morning and I was like, I don't want to sit home. So I came into this park. My plan actually was to create a video, and generally I have a long list of my video ideas which I want to shoot. Whenever I get any of these ideas, I put it in my Google Docs or I put it in my notes. And on a particular day when I'm shooting a video, I go through the list, whichever I feel like on that particular day, I shoot that video. And today I was thinking about it and I felt like all the people who follow me, who watch my videos, who watch my content, I somehow felt that there's a lot of things that needs to be told and people don't generally know the real me, who I am, because I generally talk about digital marketing, courses, platforms, career and stuff. But I think that I owe you, all the people who follow my content, that to tell you like what I think, what phase of life I am in generally, because I think this will be the second such video on my channel. The last one I created was a year ago. When I was in Kashmir, I was leaving Dubai and I was planning to come to Germany. And after that, I didn't share any of the videos. So that's what this video will be about. But I think it's getting really cold and I do not have my jacket. So let's go to my home studio and I will tell you the rest of the story there. Well, first things first, it's been 10 months since I moved here to Berlin, Germany. In these last 10 months, I did not create a lot of videos like the same pace as I used to create before when I was in Dubai. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One is when you go to a new city, new country, and there are a lot of formalities you have to do, and when you join a new job as well, so there's a lot of things you have to do. And at the same time, there are a lot of places to explore, a lot of food to explore. Though I'm not a foodie, I can literally eat anything that is edible. I'm a minimalist when it comes to food and a lot of other things in life. But then when you're married, you have to kind of do a trade-off, and even some things you don't like, you have to do them and stuff like that. But if I had to give a highlight of these 2 months, I think the highlight was about getting the long-term apartment. So how it starts is you go to online websites where there are landlords have put their listings about their apartments which are empty, and you basically apply. Landlord will then shortlist and he would call them for a viewing. And the first time I went for such a viewing, I saw there are almost 40 families waiting there to see the apartment, and it was like crazy. And this went on for a month or two. I think I went for 10 to 15 apartments. And one thing that I wanted to do is have an apartment where I could have an additional room to kind of turn it into a YouTube studio, which I didn't have in Dubai, a dedicated room. So I had a studio basically somewhere away from my home. So I created a studio here. That was one good thing. But even then, I did not create a lot of videos. If I am being honest with you, is at a point I got like this creative block, which a lot of people face if they are related to any kind of creative work or creating content or anything. I got this creative block as well because I was like, what am I chasing? Like, I was like, okay, I finished Google Ads course, now performance marketing course, now I should create a Facebook ads course. And it felt monotonous again, and I felt this creative block, and I had to kind of slightly drag myself to create these videos. But I'm a person, when it comes to work, I only do things which I like and which I'm really, really interested in, which excite me at least. And that is one of the reasons, like a lot of people ask me, why don't you actively start your own agency, being an active partner? That's one reason, because I don't want to do that kind of work, the things that go into creating and running an agency. Otherwise, I have the skills, I have the expertise, I even have the contacts to create an agency from scratch. And that's why in last 6 months, I was just creating a video or two in a month. And even like recently we had Ramadan, and for the whole month, I didn't even open my personal laptop, like my personal work laptop. I did not create any videos at all for the whole month of Ramadan. It might be surprising for some of you that I am not a big fan of hustling and creating companies and things. I'm a person who thinks that work, no matter what, whether it's a job or you do it for yourself, it's just a means of sustenance. You just put your 8 hours, 10 hours every day, 5 days a week, and you make basically money that is sufficient to have a comfortable life. And I literally believe that. And I wasn't like this always, because initially in my career, I did a lot of hustle. More so when I was in Dubai, I used to hustle a lot. And Dubai is a place where you put a lot of hustle and you make a lot of money. And if you remember my previous video, I always knew that the money you can make in Germany will not be as much as in Dubai, because there are no taxes in Dubai in the first place. But still, I moved here as a conscious choice, because that's not very important for me. My friend used to say this, and I firmly believe this: when it comes to money, it's the most important thing until a certain point, until your all needs are met. But after that, it's just a number. Like, I believe this: if I have $1 million in my account and if I have $10 million in my account, for me as a person, it won't make any difference, because, for example, the things I buy are not directly related to how much money I have in my account. I have a certain standard of life I always like to maintain. So for me personally, it does not matter after a point how much money I have. And I have learned a lesson, because when I used to hustle a lot in Dubai, it kind of burnt me out, and I realized that it's not a sustainable way to live life, at least personally for me. I have nothing against people who want to hustle, make a lot of money, make fortune. Maybe if it makes them happy, it makes them happy. For me, it's not worth it if it affects your life, if it affects the balance of your life, where you want to do things which excite you, which you are interested in. If it hinders that, I am not a fan of that kind of hustle. When I think about it, when I used to live in Dubai or even India, I never had any time to think about generic stuff. I always had something to do. And being here for last 10 months, I had some time to think about, to introspect, and I realized the most precious thing for a person is the time you have here on this earth and the life you have. You can really turn it into such a blissful journey, but you just have to be mindful about things you're doing and things you wish for. I don't want to be philosophical, but I feel so much joy doing things I like. For example, I am interested in world politics, and since I'm here, I have been watching so many documentaries about it. I have been reading so much stuff. And by the way, guys, this is a book I wanted to read for a long time, and recently I got time. It was published in 2011 and I just recently finished it. It's a highly recommended book. I recommend this highly, because what's been happening in the world since last few months or years, the world kind of geopolitics is changing. This is a very important book, not just for you to understand geopolitics, but it helps you to understand the current world order and how things have been changing in last 1500 years. And you basically get slight ideas about where we are headed to, and it can help you in multiple ways if you are into investing or anything like that. But I highly recommend this book. It's such a beautiful book. And apart from all this, I didn't know that I was so much into hiking. I have done some hikes in last 10 months, and I think I'm really interested, and I really like hiking. I have been going on a lot of hikes, and even tomorrow, Sunday, 1st May, is a holiday here in Germany, and I'm going for a long hike. I'm really excited about it as well. And photography, yes. So everybody likes photography, but I am interested as well. I have been taking some really cool pictures, though I'm not into sharing them on social media and all, but for my personal collection, maybe I'll put some here on the screen for you to see. Though I'm not a pro, but still, I really like the pictures I take, some of them. But do let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward for having some conversations in the comments with you guys on this particular video, because it's not related to digital marketing and things like that. And also, I have been receiving a lot of emails, messages, which I'm not really able to reply to all of them. But some people ask me questions about, shall I choose this job or this job? Shall I do this course and that course? I think if I have to sum it up, I always say this to people who I talk to. If there is one advice I have to give to my younger self, that would be, whatever you do in life, do it with all your heart and do it in the most best possible way you can based on your capacity, but try to be best in that. Otherwise, do not do it. And with that, I wish you all a purposeful life and contentment in your life. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.